we met with Mr. President as usual to welcome him back home and commend him for the boldness and courage to declare his intention to run for a second time as the President of Federal Republic of Nigeria, which we, the 24 governors of APC, duly support. And we have come to encourage him that he must go ahead with the vision to rescue Nigeria from its present challenges. And we also talked about issues concerning our convention and congresses on how to make it hitch-free because of the time challenges that we have. And we want to reassure Nigerians that there will be full congresses and there will be full convention. And the chairman of this is the governor of Jigawa State. He's the chairman of this convention and congresses. And we have also agreed that we should not allow the issues of numerous contestants, because there are a lot of people in our party, to destroy our party. So we, the governors, have put our heads together to look at it critically and see what kind of leadership our party deserves. And in no distant time, we shall be able to unfold this to members of the public as to the leadership we expect. Our party is in the need of vibrancy, and because of the political things coming up, we need some much great, strong leadership to emerge, and we want to support such leadership to emerge. Thank you.
Candidly speaking, we believe very sincerely that in any group that you find yourself, the moment there's no fair play, the moment there's injustice, the moment there is, a kind of what appears to be a witch hunting, the moment there appears to be a special treatment, or to certain people, then definitely you begin to have a feeling that you don't belong. And very sincerely, those of us from this side, from this group, we have come a long way to build APC.
Thank you so much, everyone, for staying with us, and welcome back to the program. Today, the former governor of Edo State, Comrade Adams Oshiomhole, declared interest to run for the top job of the ruling All Progressives Congress. A lot of people who have waiting on this believe that the party may be going through a tough time right now. The incumbent chairman of the party is also from Edo State. And tonight on the program, Comrade Adams Oshiomhole is our guest on the program, and he's talking to us about the party and the state of the nation. Thank you so much, Mr. Oshiomhole, for your time on the program tonight. Let's quickly get to it. Some of the very critical issues affecting the nation, especially, let me take you up on those heavyweights in the party that are threatened that they were going to leave the party. How do you hope to bring peace to the party, especially those aggrieved members of the party who have said they are going to leave? Someone like former governor of Osun State, Olagunsoye Oyinlola, has left the party today, and it looks so much that there might be some more defections in the coming days. Should you become the party's chairman, what would you do first?
I think first I'm encouraged by the statement by I believe his name is Alhaji Baraje, who said they have given the party some time and they have carefully articulated their grievances, and they have expressed their feelings with regards to, a feeling that they are not properly integrated, or that they suspect that they were not being fairly treated. I think what it means that they are ready for conversation, they are ready for a robust engagement, a constructive conversation around the issues that they have raised. I believe those issues can be resolved. So I don't want you to join the Baraje group with Oyinlola. Oyinlola has come as a person and he has left as a person. And we all know that in Nigeria there are two categories of politicians. There are those who are guided by what they believe in, and there are those who does on the street in response to the drummers near the bush. And we are looking forward to Yola coming out through, because really when I watch him now talking about the country, I'm like, I was a young trade unionist when he was governor of Lagos State. I was still active when he was posted by his commander-in-chief to Oshu State as a military governor. I was already politically aware when he was elected governor of Oshu State on the platform of the PDP. And just less than 3 years ago, my party, the All Progressive Congress, took over the federal government. I don't think he will want to suggest that what he contributed in winning in 60 years and the foundation he contributed in weakening as a military governor, that all of that could have been fixed like magic overnight by the ruling party under 3 years. As I said, when it is time, I believe the time is almost here, we want to be able to engage all those who wishes to engage us on history. Because, you know, like I told somebody earlier in the day, I said, you know, it's nice to see old coaches looking for new players to challenge the All Progressive Congress. And the more they look for players, the more we found that all they are able to assemble are the weakest of the old players. And I don't think that is the kind of thing.
All right.
You know, if people say that what we are doing can be done better,
Governor Oshiomhole,
not by tired hands.
Yes, if I may quickly butt in, I have lots of questions here, and we just have just a few minutes on our hands to play with. And I would quickly like you to take on this issue. Your party came on 3 agenda that you really wanted to tackle: the economy, fighting corruption, and the issues of security. Are you afraid that your party perhaps derailed based on some of the what your critics are saying? If you become, or should you become, the chairman of the APC, do you think that your party can garner that kind of strength to win in 2019, just like it did in 2015? Does that seem still, is that still there?
I believe it is there. I believe we will win, God willing, next election in 2019. I believe that most objective Nigerians, not political opponents, most objective Nigerians will agree that under President Muhammadu Buhari, the war against corruption has been sustained. And like I used to say to former President Obasanjo, I said, how do you fight a battle? You are firing weapons and there are no casualties. Under President Buhari's war against corruption, we are seeing casualties every other day. Some are in court. Some have been convicted. More are being arraigned. For the first time, even the institutions of the military that was assumed to be above the law, that whatever they do, military finances are not to be verified. President Buhari has shown that even chief of defense staff, top military officers are under the law, and that military finances can be subjected to public scrutiny. And when diverted, that those responsible can be prosecuted, and they are being prosecuted. For me, this is exciting.
All right.
The second is that in the past, it was very convenient for the anti-graft agency like the EFCC to focus on local government officials, to focus on only state governors. This time, we are seeing a president that is focusing even on how funds meant for defense of the country in the name of security, that they are being investigated. And that names are being mentioned, people are being charged to court. The question is whether we have started, yes. Whether we have completed the business, no. It is work in progress. And the minimum requirement we need to provide leadership for the war against corruption is to have a president who no one can point accusing finger at his face and say, you, Mr. President, even you are a thief.
Governor Oshiomhole, maybe we should end on this very question. Sorry.
For security.
Sorry.
For security. Let me just speak.
All right, so because of our time, in 30 seconds, please, Governor Oshiomhole, let's end on this question. There are strong signals that you were anointed by President Muhammadu Buhari. Why do you think he wanted you for that job? Just in about 30 seconds, because we are out of time.
Well, I don't know about anointment, but I'm very privileged to have the president of Nigeria and the overall leader of our party endorsing my candidature, as I've been told, and a number of my former colleagues, governors, they are very at home and they are excited at the possibility of my being the chairman of the party. A huge number of members of the National Assembly are excited. Many of our senior leaders across the north, south, east, west, many are excited at the possibility of my coming. I think everybody recognizes that APC can do a couple of things better as a governing party and manage internal conflict and service, and help the executive and the legislature while maintaining their independence to recognize that we ever belong to the same government and develop those tools and find the courage to call a spade, and like some of the grievances some of our party members have, to be able to encourage the president to begin to review how rewards are managed, and so on and so forth. I believe he knows I will stand by the truth. He knows I will.
I'm afraid we are out of time. But it's a pleasure talking to you. But I do hope that at some point we will get you back into the studio to talk more about your party and the state of the nation. That is the former governor of Edo State, Mr. Adams Oshiomhole, who is going to become the APC national chairman when the party hold its national convention in June. Many thanks for coming on the program and the best of luck for you in the coming days. Well, that's our show for tonight, everyone. Many thanks for being part of it. I'm Oshiomhole. Bye-bye.